Project Helios, Solar Weaponization. The Sun, a seemingly infinite source of energy, has been the lifeblood of our solar system for billions of years. But in the shadowy depths of classified research, a chilling project known as Project Helios aimed to harness that immense power, not for exploration or progress, but for weaponization. For decades, governments have explored ways to control the raw power of the sun, but Project Helios went far beyond theoretical research. It was an audacious plan to develop a solar-based weapon capable of unleashing destruction on an unprecedented scale. The origins of Project Helios trace back to the 1980s, during the height of the Cold War. As tensions between global superpowers escalated, military strategists began exploring unconventional means of maintaining supremacy. Conventional nuclear weapons, though devastating, had limitations. The future of warfare would be fought with weapons that could strike from space, undetectable, unstoppable, and devastating beyond comprehension. That's when Project Helios was born, a top-secret initiative funded by a coalition of defense agencies and aerospace corporations, with the singular goal of transforming the sun into a weapon. At its core, Project Helios was about redirecting and focusing solar energy into a concentrated beam that could be weaponized. The concept was simple, but terrifying. Using orbiting satellites equipped with advanced mirrors and lenses, the system would collect and amplify solar radiation, directing it toward a target on Earth. The result? A focused beam of energy capable of incinerating entire cities, disabling electronic systems, and creating chaos without warning. Officially, the project was classified as an experimental energy program, but behind closed doors, the Pentagon and its allies knew that Helios was being developed as the ultimate deterrent. By the early 1990s, Project Helios had moved beyond theoretical design. Prototypes were secretly tested in remote regions of the Nevada desert. These tests, disguised as atmospheric research experiments, yielded terrifying results. Even at partial power, the concentrated solar energy could melt metal and vaporize organic material within seconds. Witnesses who were part of these classified tests spoke of beams so powerful that they left scars on the desert floor, marks that were quickly erased to avoid public scrutiny. But Project Helios wasn't just about terrestrial targets. Military strategists envisioned a weapon capable of neutralizing threats in space as well. Enemy satellites, incoming ballistic missiles, even hostile spacecraft. Nothing would be safe from Helios's reach. The system's ability to strike from orbit made it virtually undetectable until it was too late. And unlike nuclear weapons, Helios left no radioactive fallout, making it a clean yet devastating weapon of mass destruction. However, as the project advanced, an unforeseen danger emerged. Helios wasn't just a weapon. It was a force that threatened the delicate balance of Earth's atmosphere. Tests revealed that prolonged use of concentrated solar beams could alter weather patterns, destabilize the ionosphere, and potentially trigger catastrophic climate events. The consequences of using Helios weren't just limited to enemy targets. If misused or deployed recklessly, it had the potential to wreak havoc on a global scale. Despite these dangers, the military pressed forward. In 2001, a classified satellite known only as Solstice was launched into orbit. Officially, it was a solar observatory. In reality, Solstice was the first operational prototype of Project Helios. Equipped with a series of high-powered lenses and advanced targeting systems, it was capable of directing concentrated solar energy at specific points on Earth. But Solstice was just the beginning. Plans were already in motion for a network of Helios satellites that could provide full global coverage, an invisible arsenal orbiting above, ready to strike at any moment. Then, in 2007, something went wrong. During a routine test, a malfunction caused an uncontrolled discharge of solar energy, resulting in a massive power surge that disrupted communication systems across the globe. Satellites went offline, GPS systems failed, and power grids experienced unexplained fluctuations. The incident was blamed on a solar flare, But those who knew the truth understood that it was a warning. Helios was far more dangerous than anyone had anticipated. As global tensions cooled in the late 2000s, Project Helios was quietly shelved, or so the public was led to believe. But sources within the defense community have hinted that Helios was never truly decommissioned. Instead, the technology was refined, hidden away, and prepared for a future where its devastating power might be needed. Today, as nations race to dominate space and tensions once again rise, whispers of Helios have resurfaced. The terrifying reality is that the sun, the very source of life on Earth, could be turned into the ultimate weapon of destruction. And if Project Helios is ever reactivated, humanity may be just one trigger away from witnessing a weapon so powerful that it could reshape the world in an instant. The question is not whether the weapon still exists, it's whether those who control it will ever decide to use it, and if they do, the consequences will be beyond anything we can imagine.